Yeah, hello. My name is Jackson Suluwale. Welcome to ETETA program with collaboration to PXL International. Now, today you're going to have another presentation. The presentation was still we can deal or we can talk about how to attempt questions on national examination. The subject we're going to talk is biology, specifically the question which are going to attempt is question number 8 in the Necta 2021. Question number 8, 2021. The question said that how is the axillary skeleton adapted to perform its function? Give 3 points. Give 3 points. So the only points required is 3, but there are more than 3. But the key points is 3 points. Yeah, let us say that the human skeleton are divided mainly into 2 main parts. Part number 1 is known as the axial skeleton, which is the part of our question. Part 2 is the appendicular skeleton. So basically, when we talk about the skeleton, that the human skeleton are divided into 2. Axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. Now let us go to the key point of the question, that is the axial skeleton can be adapted to perform its function. How can it be adapted? It's adapted due to the presence of the following, so that the axial skeleton are adapted to perform their functions due to the presence of the following. 1 is due to the presence of the structure, which is the skull. The skull is the part of the axial skeleton. Another is the rib cage. The rib cage also is a part of the axial skeleton. Another part is known as the vertebral column. The vertebral column is the third party which is assisting this kind of the skeleton to perform its normal functions. Another part which are involved is the sternum. The sternum. This also sternum helps the axial skeleton to perform well its functions. Let us look a little bit. There was the skull. The skull is the bone framework of the heart. It comprises the cranial bones and the facial bones. Normally, this part of the axial skeleton performs the following functions. 1, it protects the brain. So the brain are protected by the skull. Also, the skull protects the olfactory organs. Also, the skull protects the eyes. And finally, the skull is a part of the axial skeleton, protects the middle and the inner ear. That's the middle and the inner ear are protected by the part which is known as the skull in the axial. Yeah, the second lecture, let us discuss about a little bit about the rib cage. This is the flat and the curved bones to provide a large surface area that form a cage to enclose, to support, and to protect. So the structure of these lips, that is the flat, curved, this structure enables this particular part to help the axial skeleton to perform its normal function. The main function of the rib cage is that 1, they give the chest its shape, so that the chest of the human beings, the shape of the chest is given by the presence of this ribcage structure or party of the axial skeleton. Also, they protect the heart, the lungs, the spleen, the kidney against the injuries and the shock. Yeah, they protect the heart, the lungs, spleen, and the kidney, which generally these are termed as the internal organs, the internal delicate organs, so that they can be protected against the injury or any shock. Also, the ribcage provide the attachment of intercostal muscles, provides the attachment of the intercostal muscles. Another function of the ribcage is that they help in breathing, that the mechanism of breathing, the taking in and out of the air, are facilitated by the presence of this ribcage, so that helps the human being in the mechanism of breathing. Yeah, another part is the vertebral column. Vertebral column, how can be adapted to perform their functions, that they consist of series of bones which are called the vertebra. So this a series of bones known as the vertebra helps this organ or this part is a part of axial skeleton to perform its normal duty on normal functions. They are flexible bones, which are flexible bones. Column extends down the long axis of the body, so that this is the flexible bones column, which extends downwards the long axis of the human body or our body. What are the major functions of this part of the axial skeleton? One, it protects the spinal cord. So this vertebral column protects the spinal cord, which is also a delicate part of our body. Also provides the main skeleton support. It provides the main skeleton support. Also, it supports the lips by providing articulation, so that when the lips are performing their duties, it means that they can be supported by the presence of this vertebral column. Also provides the attachment for the muscles of the back, means that of the back of the human being or the individuals, so that provides the attachment for the muscles of the back. Also, this prevents wearing out of the vertebra during locomotion. So you know that during locomotion there are some frictions, so that the disc of this part, which is known as the vertebral column, it means that helps to prevent the wearing out of the vertebra during locomotion or during movement. And also another function that it articulates with the skull by means of atlas vertebra, with the ribs at the thorax vertebra, and with the pelvic girdle at the sternum, so that it tends to also facilitate the articulation of those parts that by means of the atlas vertebra, the ribs at the thorax and the vertebra, and also the pelvic girdle at the sternum, which there's a sternum, which is another major party of the axial skeleton. Let us see an extra that, according to the question, is nearly only 3, but there's an additional, which in terms that extra can help you, that you have the sternum. Sternum, these have the shield-shaped or rod-shaped bone or the vertebral side of the thorax. So this shape, the shape which are having the shield shape, is the one which makes them to adapt it to perform its function along or within the whole system of axial skeleton. What are the major functions of this party? Is one part of the axial skeleton. It articulates with the clavicle or the collarbone of the pectoral girdles and with the most of the ribs. So that tends to articulate, it helps to articulate the bones, which is known the collarbone of the pectoral girdle and with the most of the ribs, so that it helps it to perform those functions, so that the axial skeleton can be performing well their duty. So according to these key points that you can discuss how the axial performing their duty is due to the presence of these many parts which performing collectively the axial skeleton. Thank you very much. Welcome to the next presentation.